right, hi guys, welcome back to Jinx's Tarot. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm doing well, I'm doing Gucci. Today we are back with the weekly pick a card predictions to see what your week ahead could possibly look like, or just to see what kind of energy you could possibly be encountering for your week ahead. Now, this is a general reading, so if it doesn't resonate, you can always check your other placements or even just try again next week. Why did I say placements? You can choose another pile. But for the first pile, we have self-mastery, and I forgot to get the, well, I can do that later. But self-mastery with the number 15 for pile number 1. For pile number 2, we have inspiration with the number 11. Pile number 3 with rebirth with the number 2. So if you are seeing 11, 11, 2, 2, 2, 15, 15, I don't know how many times you can see 15, but if you're also saying 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, or 3, 3, 3 throughout your day, I do say that is your pile. I also say pay attention to the time that you guys are watching the reading, because sometimes I'll watch a reading and it'll be 3:33 on the clock and I'll choose pile number 3. But anyways, I'll stop talking and I will see you guys in your reading. Bye. All right, pile number 1, this is your group. If you guys chose the self-mastery chakra card, this is connected to the solar plexus, and the affirmation for this card is, I am the master of my own destiny. I am the master of my own destiny. Now, I do feel like you guys, with this card, that you guys are going to be focusing on like deepening your knowledge on something that's very useful for you, or just I get the energy of trying to deepen your knowledge around like a skill or learning something. I just get like this energy of just being in a position where you're trying to develop something a bit more. Now, for the tarot, I do get that some of you guys could be like in a position where you're like retreating a little bit, like you're in like hermit mode. You're not really taking any action right now. You may not be super social right now. I do get the energy of being a bit more quiet this week ahead, because with this King of Swords, this does talk about being one in this position of power, but in reverse, he doesn't really like, you know, share his thoughts and feelings, primarily his thoughts. But this also does talk about like being in a position of like being like that quiet power in the room, having the knowledge on something but not really sharing it. And then you guys also did receive the Two of Swords in reverse, which is like this energy of like not really knowing which direction to take, or just like being in this stagnant energy. And I do feel like this week ahead you guys could be in a position where you're a bit stagnant, and I feel like it's due to you guys feeling possibly like dissatisfied with this Nine of Cups. Maybe you guys are wanting a bit more. I feel like a lot of you guys are wanting a bit more, whether that is from work or from like you know, a hobby, but I do get the energy of wanting to like strengthen and deepen something, and like really being able to be more emotionally fulfilled and happy with something. I also feel like you guys could be in this position because I'm not gonna jump into this one yet, but I do feel like there is this energy of like, I'm gonna say it, I feel like there could be people around you who could be trying to like kind of like take from like your ideas or whatever, which is possibly why you guys are in this energy of like not really sharing your thoughts and feelings right now. It could just be like, you know, I do get like a calculated energy with this King of Swords in reverse. I feel like some of you guys could be in a position where you are being a bit more quiet in hermit mode, just because like there could be people around you who like, you know, are like okay with taking the idea and being like, well, you weren't gonna do anything with it, it was just a thought kind of thing, you know. This does talk about like it does talk about misuse of power, so like some people could be trying to like misuse their power, especially with this being your advice card or additional information. This card is all about like this girl who basically like her family utilized her youth and beauty and like her position and kind of left her with nothing in return. And they basically did all of this just so that they could advance, not really taking in consideration like, you know, the person that they're taking from. but I feel like that's possibly the energy that you guys are dealing with. I also feel like if there is some kind of like dissatisfaction with where you guys are at, there could be people around you who are in the same position or a similar position, and a lot of you guys are coming up with different ways and ideas to fix that. Like, I do get a heavy calculated vibe from this King of Swords in reverse. And you're just not trying to share that because like people are going to try to take it and run with it before you even, you know what I mean? It's a very like, I gotta put me first, you know? So let's see. Ooh, don't drop the camera. Let's see what you guys get for these dice. One in a week ahead. All right. So you guys got the number 10, which is all about, well, to me, it's all about like completing cycles, especially if you guys are seeing 10-10-10. Some of you guys could be completing cycles, especially if you guys are deepening your knowledge and mastering a certain aspect of yourself or a skill. And some of you guys could just be like coming to full, like, I don't want to say full circle, but like completing something and being in a position where you could like pick up a different skill and learn something new because you've mastered something, you know what I mean? And then with the zodiac sign, you guys got the zodiac sign Aquarius. You guys do have 2 swords, which is ruled by the air sign. So a lot of you guys could be Aquarius, taking on Aquarius's energy. I definitely feel like a lot of you guys could be coming up with different unique ideas to fix this 9 of Cups, this dissatisfaction that you guys are feeling. And then for the planet, you guys got, ooh, let me check. I want to say this is Mercury, which Mercury is all about like your communications as well as like how you take in information. Let me double check. Yeah, Mercury. It's all about like your communications, how people communicate to you, as well as like how you take in and put out information. And I definitely feel like that's something that's going to play a huge part for your guys this week ahead. Some of you guys could be communicating like an Aquarius this week ahead, which, no shade to Aquarius, I find Aquarius a bit like mysterious, like in a way of like they just don't want to, you know, share certain things like until they're, you know, comfortable. And so some of you guys could be in that position, or like you're I don't know where I was about to go with that, but that's primarily what I'm getting from your guys this week ahead. So if this reading resonates, I hope that the tips and advice help, especially with this, you know, people being around you and possibly trying to use your ideas. I hope that this kind of like helps motivate you to kind of, you know, keep quiet and like, you know, just figure out what you need to figure out by yourself. Unless you need help, don't be afraid to ask for help. But that is what we got for your week ahead. If this reading resonates, again, I hope that the advice helped. If you're interested in booking a personal reading, feel free to send a DM and we'll book an appointment. But other than that, I will see you guys next week. Bye. Hi group 2, this is your group if you guys chose the Inspiration Chakra card, which is connected to the Sacral Chakra. The affirmation for this card is, inspiration is constantly flowing through me at all times and I am inspired. Inspiration is constantly flowing through me at all times and I am inspired. So with the tarot cards, I feel like this weekend you guys are feeling motivated due to a change that's going on. And with the 6 of Swords being the main energy for your week ahead with this tarot, I do feel that a lot of you guys are going through some kind of fast-paced change, whether that is like a mental change. I do primarily get like this being a mental shift or change, but this could also be like a physical change. Some of you guys could be physically moving. However, I do primarily get this being like a mental thing right now because you guys got a lot of swords, and with the 9 of Pentacles that you guys received, I do get like an energy of feeling like a caged bird wanting to be free. I get this energy of wanting to be a bit more liberated, a bit more free. I do get the energy of you guys wanting to tap more into communications. I don't know, just the way she's like kind of like shouting at the top of her lungs. I don't know if y'all are able to see that, but in reverse, I'm getting the energy of that being a bit blocked. And so I feel like a lot of you guys are desiring to communicate a bit better for yourself, whether that is standing up for yourself or just leveling up a bit around your communications. And I also do feel like that is what's connected to this inspiration. I do feel like there's a desire for more when it comes down to like what you guys want for yourselves. This card can also talk about being like overly invested in work, or like it can also talk about like self-worth. So some of you guys could be learning a bit more about your self-worth, which is also going back to that inspiration card. So some of you guys could, you know, learn about yourselves and learn to appreciate yourselves a bit more. And you're like, you know what? I am that girl and I could do whatever I want and I should. And I feel like that's definitely kind of like lighting that flame under you, if that makes sense. You guys also got the Ace of Swords, which is this energy of like being blocked mentally, or like feeling a bit clouded around your mental space. With this with this tarot card, I do feel like, or tarot cards, I do feel like there is like a blocked energy right now, which is why you guys are going through a change, and a lot of you guys could be in a position where you're trying to break that barrier, you know? And I do feel like this is something that's going to require you to like let go of certain things, certain ways of thinking. Primarily, I don't get too much of it being other people in the way. I feel like this is like a you thing, if that makes sense. Especially with this tips or additional information, which is the sacrifice card, and at the bottom it talks about letting go. And I do feel like this is primarily what you guys are going to be focusing on with this change or transformation that you guys are going through, is letting go of certain ways of thinking, certain ways of communicating, certain habits. I do feel like a lot of this is going to be again around like your mental state and how you communicate. But that is what we got. Let's see what you guys get for the dice. Oop. Oop. And that literally just went all the way across the room. I'll do these first. Okay, so you guys got the number 5, which 5s to me talk about change and transformation, which is literally what the 6 of Swords in reverse is all about. So some of you guys really could be tapping into like, you know, a transition going on around in your life. You guys also got the sign of Scorpio, so a lot of you guys could be Scorpios or even taking on Scorpio's energy. Scorpios are all about change and transformation and rebirth and destruction kind of thing, so I do feel like emphasis on there being a change. And then let me go grab the other dice that flew across the room. I'm dropping stuff. Okay. Alright, so you guys received Saturn, and I feel like Saturn is a great planet for those who lack structure, who need a bit more, you know, structure to kind of get things done, for those who aren't like, you know, structured. However, I do feel like a lot of you guys could be a bit more pessimistic, or you guys could be dealing with a lot of structure and you guys are trying to break away from that. And so I feel like Saturn's energy is affecting you, but you're trying to break free from that energy. You know what I mean? But that is what we got for your week ahead. If this reading resonates, I hope that the tips and advice help. If you're interested in booking a personal reading, feel free to send a DM and we'll book an appointment. But other than that, I will see you guys next week. Bye. Alright, pile number 3, this is your group. If you guys were drawn to the Rebirth chakra card with the number 2, the affirmation for this card is, I am completely supported in my current rebirth. I am open to the magic of the universe rebirthing within me. I am completely supported in my current rebirth, and I am open to the magic of the universe rebirthing within me. The chakra card is also connected to the Earth Star chakra, which, where is that? I mean, like, is that connected? What body part is what part of the body is that connected to? The upper body? Let me see. Oh, it's like It's literally the earth, okay? So it's not a chakra that's like within you. It's kind of like you guys getting connected to like nature and stuff like that. So one, a lot of you guys could be Scorpios or kind of like taking on Scorpio's energy. I do feel that you guys are going through some kind of change, especially with the chakra card in combination with the tips or additional information that you guys received, which is also rebirth, resurrection, which is this energy of like coming back to life, as well as rebirth, clearly. You guys also, I feel like, are just going through a change or transformation for your week ahead. And the main energy that you guys received with the tarot card is the Hangman or Gullah Jack. And this card is all about just going with the flow, even at times where it's uncomfortable for you guys. And just moving from like your intuition, what feels right to you, you know what I mean? And emphasis on that because you guys also got Miss Ida or the High Priestess, which is just this energy of like you guys, one, being able to kind of just see what's not seen, which is also giving very much Scorpio vibes. Oh girl, my camera just flashed at me and I was like, what that mean? Anyways, yeah, with this High Priestess card, I do get the energy of you guys using your intuition to kind of just help guide you through this change or transformation or rebirth that you guys are going through. I feel like there really isn't anyone who could like talk you through how to, you know, maneuver around this. It's kind of like a you thing, and so you guys are, you know, relying on yourselves this week ahead. I also feel that because you guys are sitting in a position where you're kind of just focusing on your own energy, focusing on, you know, getting through this rebirth as comfortable as you can possibly be, I do get this energy of just you guys focusing primarily on yourself. And there could be people, places, things around you kind of just offering you things, and you're kind of in a position where you're like, girl, I really like, I got other stuff, you know what I mean? And so I do get that since this is, you know, an additional information card, that like some of you guys are being advised to pay attention to. I just realized that that says Zoe. Does that say Zoe? Is that a Z-O? O-Z? Oz? Zoe? Zoe 101? Anyways, yeah, you just get the energy that like, because you guys are in a position. Child, my camera's at a point where it's overheating, so it'll die periodically, so let me hurry up. So again, with this Four of Cups, I do feel like, you know, since you guys are focusing on yourself, people are gonna want to focus on you. And I do feel like some of you guys should like at least look and examine the things that are coming in for you. Even if you're not really interested in it, it may have at least something that could be useful for you guys. So just pay attention to that. And then with the advice card, it's just, it talks about this coming back from, you know, the dead, this energy of rebirth. I don't really get like any additional information or advice other than like to, you know, go with this, you know what I mean? Because I already feel like with Gullah Jack, you guys are already in a position where you're trying to, you know, move through it as gracefully as possible. Now let's see what you guys get for the dice. Alright, so you guys got the Moon. I also find it very interesting that with Miss Ida, there is the moon behind her. I don't know if you guys could see that, but I do feel like this rebirth or transformation could be like a bit dark or heavy, or there could just be, you know, a certain level of like, there are certain things you can't really see, you just kind of have to move, and you guys are using your intuition to move through that darkness. And then you guys got the number 6, so if you guys are seeing a lot of 666, I suggest looking it up. I do believe there is something that has to do with like this balancing act between life and death, and that would make sense, especially since you guys got the rebirth and resurrection. But if you guys are seeing a lot of 666, I say look it up to see, you know, how that connects to you guys. And then you guys also got the sign of Libra. So a lot of you guys could be Libras or taking on Libra's energy. You could have a Libra sun, moon, or rising. It really could be a Libra moon, but that is what we got for your week ahead. But other than that, I'll see you guys next week. If you enjoyed this reading, I hope that the tips and additional information help. If you're interested in booking a personal reading with me, feel free to send a DM and we'll book an appointment. But other than that, I will see you guys next week. Bye.